Are you tired of wasting hours on repetitive tasks? Imagine if you could automate all of that and free up time to work on the things that truly matter. Using just two free tools, ChatGPT and Google Apps Script, I'm going to show you how you can automatically respond to emails, create document templates in just one click, and even create custom workflows between apps you already use to automate all kinds of tasks between them. And these examples are just scratching the surface. There's so much more you can do here to work smarter, not harder. So let's dive right in and I'll show you how it all works. So all you need is a free ChatGPT account and a free Google account, which I'm guessing you already have, but if you don't, you can sign up for both in under a minute. I've linked them down below. So what we're gonna do is use ChatGPT to write all the code for our automation and then use Google Apps Script to run that code. And don't worry, you don't need to know anything about coding. ChatGPT is doing all the heavy lifting. All you need to know how to do is follow instructions and copy and paste. And to help you follow along, I've created a handy reference document here with all the prompts I'll be using in this video. So just click the link in the description to grab that. To kick things off, let's create an intelligent autoresponder in Gmail. Now, Gmail has a simple out of office reply that'll let you automatically respond to every single email it gets. But what if you want to only respond to certain kinds of emails automatically? Well, that's exactly what we're about to build. So let's say you have a support form on your website and you get support emails and you want to let people who email you know that you will respond to them within 24 hours. So you obviously only want to send this response to people who are looking for support. So all we need to do is tell ChatGPT exactly what we want, and that could go something like this. Create a Gmail autoresponder for Google Apps Scripts. I want the autoresponder to reply to any message with the subject line support request. Reply with the message, thanks for your inquiry, we'll get back to you within 24 hours. And then you might want to add something like, for immediate assistance, visit our knowledge base here. And so this is just a simple example here. And the logic we're using here is the subject line support request, but you could add whatever logic you want. So for example, maybe you have this website form and every time the form gets submitted, it automatically has the subject support request. So that's how you'd be able to trigger this, but you could literally use any other criteria you want that Gmail supports. And then you want to automate this to run and check every 5 minutes. So you do not have to keep running this every time or remember to run it every day or anything like that. You can completely automate this. And so just hit the arrow here and now it is going through it and telling you exactly what to do. So now all you need to do is go to Google Apps Scripts. You can just click the link here or go to scripts.google.com and then you just need to create a new project, hit new project, and then name your project whatever you'd like. Let's just say you called it Gmail Autoresponder Support. And then simply, you don't need to know what any of this code means. I certainly don't. And then you hit copy, then you paste your code, you hit save, and then all you need to do is hit run. And you can see right here, I mean, I lied, I do understand a little bit of code, but you can see here it says run every 5 minutes, but you don't need to know any of that. You could even just tell ChatGPT if you wanted it to run every 15 minutes or something like that. But that's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything else, just hit run. And then it'll ask you for permissions. Just make sure you authorize it, just like this, really easy. Just hit allow. And then you just watch your execution log. Perfect. Now it is running. And that's all there is to it. Now, when someone emails this email address, it is going to automatically send a response. Let's try that right now. So here I am in another email address and I've sent the email right here, support request. And again, I'm sending the email, but if you had a form that was sending the email, it really doesn't matter as long as the subject has this right here. And so I have a message right here and all I need to do is hit send. And hopping over to my inbox, you can see that I got the email right here. And you can see my other inbox, I immediately sent back the message. And what's awesome is you can even build on top of this. Let's say you wanted to have ChatGPT add all of these support requests to a spreadsheet. You could say, also add all the emails I get with this subject to a Google Sheet. Awesome. And so it's telling us exactly what it is that we need to do. So the first thing we need to do is go to Google Sheets and create a new spreadsheet. And so what I love about this is you don't need to know anything technical. ChatGPT is walking you through this step by step. And if you don't understand its instructions, you could literally go, what does this mean? I don't understand this step. Can you elaborate? And it will elaborate. So obviously this is a simple thing it's telling us to do. Columns. We're just creating the columns. It just asked us to create. So we'll do that. And then step 3, make sure you read all the instructions. Replace the placeholder, your spreadsheet ID, with the actual spreadsheet from your URL. For example, if your Google Sheet is this, then this is it. Okay, cool. So it's telling us, hey, you just got to go grab this thing and replace it in the code. But don't worry. You don't have to do any coding, like I said. You can just give it and have it do the hard work. Say, here is my spreadsheet ID. Update the code. And it'll do it for you. So even these steps that it tells you to do things, you can be like, nah, you kind of work for me. You do it. So anyways, now we have our updated code. We've made all the right changes to our spreadsheet. And so let's run it and see how that goes. So we just head over here, paste in our new code, and wait till it saves and hit run. And again, you're gonna get asked for permissions the first time you do it. And so it has done it. And so within a few seconds, you can see that it's populated our spreadsheet with the information we asked for. Moving on to our next example, I'm going to show you how you can automate tons of different things within Google Docs, Sheets, or Slides. So if you're constantly doing the same things like importing templates, then you can make that a one-click button that you can easily access every time you open a sheet. And before we jump into that, if you're getting some value out of this video, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. So to do this, we head back to ChatGPT. And by the way, I'm using the free version of ChatGPT here. ChatGPT did just drop ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas, which has some nice quality of life things when you're coding, like it just displays it better. And I have a video coming up on the channel on how to use that. But functionally, it's the exact same. I did say this video is free, so I will not be using that tool. And so here we are in the basic 4.0 version of ChatGPT. Anyhow, so we head back to ChatGPT, and once again, we just simply tell it what we want. I want to add a button in Google Docs that imports my lead qualification sales checklist. So let's say we're a salesperson and we always have the same lead checklist when we're talking to a new lead. And so we just want to make sure we go through our process. A very common scenario. Build this using Google Apps Script. Here's the format, and then you just paste in the format that you want. Make sure you put something like this. Make sure to format everything correctly with colors and headings to maximize readability. And then you put in your format. And so here it is right here, lead qualification, sales, plex, checklist, basic budget, authority, need, timeline. And you might need to format some of this, but ChatGPT is pretty smart. You don't even need to do that. Just hit go. It's now telling us exactly what to do. And so you can see it's building it out. And again, while it's doing that, basically all we need to do is go here, open your new document, sales template, for example, and then just go to app scripts. That's all you have to do within the document itself. Our code is done here. And all we need to do is grab this code and throw it in here. Hit save. You might want to name your document too. And then you just hit run, review permissions. Again, it'll always do that, but you only have to do it one time. Hit allow. And you can see execution started, execution completed. Now, when we go over here, we can refresh the page and you can see we have a new thing called custom actions. And under that, it says insert lead qualification checklist. Just hit that button and boom, there you go. I made this really basic. You could have given it way more complex formatting, but just like that, you always have this button where you can just hit it and it just imported that for you automatically. So you can do this with meeting notes or anything else just like this. And again, you can do this within Sheets or Slides, so many different use cases. I just gave you a really simple one. So far I've shown you some pretty simple things you can do, but now I want to show you a little bit more of an advanced use case where you can actually automate things within almost any app you're using, or you You can connect two apps and share data between them or create custom workflows between them. For example, if you're just working with one app, you might want a certain field to be updated when a certain action happens, like when someone buys a product, add them to some specific email list. Or if you're connecting two apps, as a simple example, you could download all the contacts from one app and send it to the other app, and all of this would happen automatically. Now, I don't know which apps you'll be using and which tasks you want to automate. So what I'll be doing for this section is giving you a general guideline and some loose examples that you can follow, and that will work with pretty much any use case. So the first step is to simply think about what it is that you want to try and automate between the apps you're using or within the single app that you're using. Then the next step is to find the API documentation for this app or the multiple apps that you want to connect. Now, if you're not familiar with APIs, it's sort of like a backdoor where apps can talk to each other without you having to log into each of them and click all the buttons. Basically, it can do all the same operations, except it can do it via the back door directly instead of you logging in and clicking. And that's why we need the API documentation, because it's going to tell us what kinds of operations can be done via this backdoor method. Don't worry, it's not hard to find. All you need to do is simply type the name of the app and API. So I'll do an example with Kartra, which is something that I use. So all I typed was Kartra API. So just click on that link and here it is. And then you can just copy that URL and put it aside for a moment. Don't worry if you don't understand any of this, it's not for you, it's for ChatGPT, and you're not going to be doing anything with this. And if you're connecting more than one app, just repeat the steps and find the API documentation for that app as well. Okay, now that we have our API documentation, we can just simply give ChatGPT the prompt to create what we want. To give you a tangible example, let's say within Kartra here, I want to subscribe anyone with this source Zapier to a specific list. So I'm doing a simple example here where I'm automating within one app. So we head over to ChatGPT again and tell it something like this. I want to subscribe all Kartra users that have the source Zapier to my newsletter subscription list. Do this with Google Apps scripts. Run this script every 15 minutes. Here's the API documentation. So just give it the link that you found so it can read the documentation and it has a better sense of what can and can't be done with this API. Because remember, not all features will be exposed and able to be done via the API. It really depends on an app by app basis and what the developers want to let you do. So this is what's going to let Kartra know what options are available and maybe if there are any workarounds. And then, this is very important, just say, walk me through everything step by step, including creating any API keys and passwords needed for this to work. Basically, in order to access things through the back door, that doesn't mean that someone can just hack your stuff. And if they know how to do that, that they can just start pulling all your data. You still need a password and a security key here basically. And so within your app account, if they have an open API, then you'll be able to grab that. And don't worry, Kartra is going to tell you, if you use my prompt here, how to get that for your specific app. So like I said, I've set this up in a way that will work with pretty much any app you're using. So then just hit go. And so you can see it's telling us how to get our API key and password, where to go to get it, what to do. Then step 2, we go back and do the whole Google Apps script thing again, as we've done in the previous 2 examples. And then it's giving us the code. It's continuing, giving us step-by-step instructions. It's even telling us how to test and monitor and debug this, and even giving us a couple of additional notes. Now, once we create our APIs, and again, this is going to be different for every app, you would just simply say, hey, my API key is XXX and my password is YYY, and then it will update this code for you. And then simply you would take this code as we've been doing and drop it into our script manager here and hit run. And then it should do exactly what you asked, just like in the previous examples. Now I want to help you do some troubleshooting because this is undoubtedly a little bit more complex, and it's likely that ChatGPT will need to make a few revisions based on the feedback it gets from the app, because sometimes ChatGPT will write the code and make a request and the app might deny the request, or you get some sort of errors. And so when you look at your execution log, there might be all kinds of errors in here. So here's an example of an error. And all you need to do is just give ChatGPT that error and it's gonna go, oh, the error is happening because of such and such. Here's the corrected script for you to try again. And so you might have a few rounds of that with ChatGPT, and you can even ask it questions like, where do I find that? Or what do I need to do? What does that mean? If it gives you an instruction you don't fully understand, you can probe it for more information. You could even take a screenshot of like the interface if you're confused within the app, and say to ChatGPT, here's what it's showing me. What should I do next? So ChatGPT is going to be holding your hand throughout the whole process, and you can really lean on it to solve all the problems you might get back. And if you were doing a 2-app integration, instead of saying do this and this and here's the one API, you could have said something like, I want to import all of my MailChimp leads into my Kartra account. Here's the MailChimp API information. Here's the Kartra information. Let me know what I need to do. And it would do the exact same thing and take you through this entire series. Now, if this is seeming a little bit complex, or if you have a lot of different apps you want to integrate, or you want to create a much more complex workflow, I would not recommend doing this method because the troubleshooting is going to be really, really extensive. Instead, what I would actually recommend is you use something called Make. And I actually use this now when I used to previously build a lot of my complex automations like this almost manually, but now I use Make. And what Make does is it kind of makes creating these automations like putting Lego together. You basically just add these modules and it will just connect it for you in a very visual way, and you can easily test each of the steps in between them to know where things are breaking down in the chain. So it's really, really powerful, and you don't need to know any complex coding, and it's even easier than what I'm showing you right here with ChatGPT and Google Apps Script. And what makes Make easy to get started with is it actually has an AI assistant that will build things for you. So you could try the exact same thing that we tried to build here. I want to subscribe all Kartra users that have the source API to my newsletter subscription list. Just hit go, and it's saying, hey, here's how I'm going to do it. Would you like me to set it up or provide more details? Set it up. We all want easy, right? And so it's going to build it for us, and we could make any tweaks if we want, and just give it a few seconds. And just like that, it just built out the entire scenario for us. So if you want to try Make, click the link down below and you can get a free account, which gives you up to 1,000 operations for free every month. In fact, if you want to learn how to build automations with Make, check out this tutorial right here on the channel.